Jordan, I win championships. I have not done Coachella.
Hey,
We're
don't know
always
what you
playing,
do.
Jordan. You know,
You
so
go to China. You go to China last week. Maybe you go to Coachella next week.
since September, Coachella just happened to fall at a bad time of year for us, unfortunately, and very fortunately, we still be playing, Jordan. I know you're not accustomed to, winning
I'm not
on the
accustomed
basketball court.
to
So
champions. Welcome back to another edition of Why is Draymond Green, talking about football with me, NFL insider Jordan Schultz. And I'm joined, as always, by NBA champ Draymond Green. We got a great show today planned. We got Rachaad White coming off a 3 touchdown performance for the Bucs last weekend. Rachaad is going to be asked point blank by Draymond how hard it is not to go for that third touchdown. Draymond, I don't know if I could do it. It's hard, man. It's a running back too. Like, those touchdowns, they add up. That's no joke.
Listen, not only do the touchdowns add up because they do, and for running backs, they get, man.
That's literally as money that they can make.
Yeah, they like the running backs, they get hosed in that league, man, from a contract standpoint. And then also, like, man, it's hard to get them touchdowns. Like, the punishment you have to go through as a running back to get a touchdown and to be that selfless.
I know.
To say, nah, I'm a kneel down. I'm gonna go down so we keep the ball, run the clock off. Like, that's the adult decision to make. That's clearly the right decision to make. It's the selfless decision to make. I'm not sure I'm that selfless, and I'm not sure that I'm the adult that can make that decision. I need that touchdown, man.
Yeah. David Montgomery was asked, because he had it a couple weeks ago against Baltimore.
And he didn't even think about it.
He didn't think about it. Yeah, and I respected the honesty. He was like, no, I'm scoring. If I get an opportunity, I'm scoring, which I also respect. I respect both sides of it. I can't imagine. I mean, he had an opportunity, Rachaad did on Sunday, to have a 3-touchdown game. That is rare. That's rarefied air.
It is rarefied.
I mean, that's like you going for 10 points. It's hard to do.
I mean, I could do that in my sleep if I really wanted to, Jordan, but...
What? Wait. What's the most... Full stop. Full stop. If you were on like a not great team, what's the most you could average, right, like this season in the NBA on a lottery team? Could you average 20?
Could I average 20 on a lottery team? I have no interest in doing that. That's like, you want me to go play bad basketball?
I mean, exactly right. I want you to play selfish.
George? How about this? I once averaged 15 on a great team.
Yes. Okay.
So,
but right now, could you average 20 on a lottery team?
I don't know if I have that that mindset anymore. Like,
that's
a
true.
mindset that you have to have, and I left that mindset so long ago that I'm not sure that I could even like tap back into that mindset. Yeah. You're talking to a guy who, like, the reason I got to the NBA is because I could score.
Right.
And like, to then come in the league and be doing that and then have to kind of switch the whole thing up, it's hard to just go back to that. Like,
yes.
So it's because it requires you to change how you see the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a certain way that I had to start seeing the game for our teams to work. So to then like try to just flip back to that, it's a very tough thing to do. Because as opposed to like catching this ball and knowing the next action that's coming open, it's like I'm catching this ball, I'm thinking nothing else
I'm letting
but
it fly. Yeah,
and my mind just don't
not
work
your
like
mind.
that anymore.
Yeah, that's not your mind.
So if I'm honest, no, I don't think I could.
That's a great point. I don't know how much you saw Sunday night. I know you guys got the preseason going. Mm-hmm. Drake Maye had, I think that was his best game as a pro. The stats, maybe not necessarily, although he did have over 70%. But some of the throws he made, the clutch throws, he ends up 273 yards. He had a throw on the run to Stephon Diggs, a couple of them that were otherworldly. To me, this is why New England has their quarterback. because Drake Maye can do things that only a few other guys can. And I don't know if that means he's like a top 5 guy right now, a top 8 guy, but I will say that I thought that was as impressive a game as I've seen from him.
I didn't see
Beating
it.
Buffalo on the road.
We were playing, so I didn't
Yeah.
see the full game, but I caught up on a lot of it, watched the highlights, read up on a bunch of stuff. Just my thoughts on Drake Maye. Initially, I was a little worried about Drake Maye. The reason I was worried about Drake Maye, he's coming from North Carolina, same place Mitchell Trubisky came from. Just about the same pick or one pick behind maybe that Mitchell Trubisky was. And I was just like, man, I hope this isn't another case of we've seen this movie before. And the moment Drake Maye started playing, you could quickly see he was no Mitchell Trubisky, and that he was different. And I think everybody saw it, including the Patriots, which is why they then go out and get Stephon Diggs, a guy who's capable of being the number 1 receiver in this league. Obviously, he's recovering from an ACL injury, but looked a lot like Diggs. You know, he's a hard worker. To become who he's become in this league, you know he works his ass off. And so I think we'll start to see that trend moving upward for Diggs. But as far as Drake Maye being the guy in New England, I think he's 100% their guy. And, you know, is he top 5 yet? No, I don't think he's top 5 yet. But I think he can be top 5, and I think his demeanor says top 5, and also the respect that you see the guys around have for him. You know, when I always talk about Caleb, and you always say, man, he's so talented, and I always say, yeah, I'm not knocking his talent. I do think he's that talented. But what I don't see is the guys rallying around him when he gives a command. You know, and when times get tough, everybody look towards him, and they believe. I don't see that when it comes to him. With Drake Maye, I think you see that. You see how the guys rally around him. You know that he's in an organization that takes winning serious, that's going to support their guys, that's going to do everything they can to win. And so I think for him being the guy for New England is great. Like, yes, I believe that. But just as equally, I think playing for an organization like New England, as opposed to going to one of those bum-ass franchises, I think makes all the difference for him as well.
So Caleb Williams, Jayden Daniels, Monday night. I'm going to that game in Washington. That's coming up week 6. Should be incredible. What is it about Jayden that you see that not just physically in the throws and all that, but what do you like what you've seen from him? Because I think him and Drake have some of the same to them in terms of, like, it feels like everyone really is galvanized around them.
His demeanor, he never wavers. Like he never wavers, man. His demeanor is the same at all times. Like you never see Steph Curry waver. Like his demeanor is always boom. It's right there. And so in turn, when you're around him, you can feel that. And like Jayden Daniels come into the Commanders was and he come in, his demeanor, everybody fall right in line of his demeanor. You look at LSU, like his demeanor at LSU, you never felt like they were ever out of a game. Just like Washington, you never feel like they're out of a game because his demeanor is just steady. He don't get too high, he don't get too low. And I think that's, so when I see him, like, and something go wrong with a receiver, he don't do this, like, oh, he don't do all of that stuff. He may go, you know, like, and so that's a guy that as a quarterback, that's the guy you want people following. And in turn, I think everybody around them rally and want to push forward because they believe in that guy due to the demeanor, due to watching him in these positions. And so that's why for me, as you know, Bob Myers is a close friend of mine. And when we were talking before the draft a year ago, we were talking Jayden Daniels and Caleb Williams. And Benny Fowler and myself said to him, yo, we think Jayden Daniels is the guy. Like, we don't think Caleb is the guy. Just look at their demeanor, how people are going to follow him. That's why I believe that. And I still think that holds true today.
Okay, so think about that class, that 24 class.
Mhm.
Jayden, Maye, Nix, Caleb, McCarthy, Penix.
That's a
Which
hell
of
of a
those
QB
guys
class.
do you – so Maye and Daniels you're in on.
Mhm.
Where are you at? I know where you're at on Caleb. Where are you at on Penix, McCarthy, and Nix?
Bo
You know
Nix
what?
I like.
McCarthy – yeah, I was going to say we haven't seen a lot of McCarthy,
Mhm.
to be fair, just because he's been out. But, okay, go ahead.
Bo Nix I like a lot. He just has it. He can make the throws. He has the demeanor. He can move out the pocket. He can stand in the pocket. He can move out of the pocket. He can make a play with his feet. And he's mature. Like, I think, like, what is he, 25 years old already or something like that?
Yeah.
He's super mature. And you can see that on the field. Like, you can see it last year. You can see it this year. He's super mature, not rattled by much. Things go wrong. He's still right there. You look at this weekend. They had no business being in that game with the Eagles.
The first half was bad, 17-3. First 2 hours of that game, he was bad.
Like, they had no business.
Yeah.
And he just stayed the course, and boom, there it goes, And so I like Bo Nix a lot. I would have to say who I'm probably, of that entire group, even Caleb, the one who I'm probably the least highest on is Penix. And not that I think Penix isn't good. I think Penix can be a really good quarterback in this league. I don't think like that he's a bum, by the way. I just think from a winner's perspective, I don't think he's more of a winner than Jayden. I don't think he's more of a winner than Bo Nix. I don't think he's more of a winner. I don't think he's more of a winner than McCarthy. That's the one thing that I think McCarthy has. I don't think McCarthy has the skill level of any of these quarterbacks we're talking about. But he is a winner, and winners find a way to get it done. And that's what I believe in McCarthy. If we're just talking straight skill, I put McCarthy at the bottom of all of them. But he's a winner, and you must respect winners. So
Penix has won everywhere, though. Penix won in Indiana, and then he won at UW.
Well, what's winning, right?
He had Indiana, their highest ranking in like 60 years, and then UW.
Indiana's a football program until the last 4 years. So saying their highest winner in the last 60 years ain't saying much.
But they won. I think they had a 10-win season, and then he went 25-3 at Washington, went to the national title game,
and lost. Yeah,
he lost. But dude, I obviously I'm Penix is a Husky, so I'm gonna be
Of course you are. That's what you're gonna do. And again, like I said, I'm not against Penix. I think Penix will be a real player in this league. I think Atlanta has found their franchise quarterback. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination saying that Michael Penix Jr. is not that. I'm just saying based on this group that we're talking about, those 6 quarterbacks. He's probably the one that I'll take last, and that's, like I said, and that's behind Caleb, because Caleb's talent is no question undeniable. And so I think you still take the chance on him regardless. But I think Penix is real. I think he's going to be a good quarterback in this league. No question.
I think that quarterback class is going to go down as a really special one. I'm sure that's not the last we'll be talking about any of these quarterbacks this season. Right now, it is time, though, for this week's exciting guest, Tampa Bay Buccaneers running back Rachaad White, fresh off a couple of tugs. First, a word from our friends at Fanatics. Other sports books just don't hit right, but FanCash makes switching to Fanatics Sportsbook easy. Only Fanatics gives you up to 10% back on all bets, win or lose. You can use your FanCash to unlock the world of Fanatics, from more bets to tickets to memorabilia and one-of-a-kind experiences that only Fanatics can offer. Don't leave rewards on the table this football season.
Switch to Fanatics Sportsbook and let the FanCash roll in. Winning is different here.
Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777. Massachusetts, call 800-327-5050. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Maryland, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatic Sportsbook app, hashtag Fanatic Sportsbook partner. All right, want to welcome in longtime friend of mine, Rachaad White, running back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, one of my favorite dudes. Also coming off a 2-touchdown performance in my hometown of Seattle. We're going to get to that. Rachaad, welcome to the show, brother. Thanks so much for coming on.
No, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on, my guy.
Appreciate you. I guess, Dre, I got to ask right away. Rachaad, how loud was that stadium on Sunday in Seattle? It felt to me like they brought it too.
Yeah, nah, for sure. They get real loud up there. It's one of best places I done played for sure. When it comes to being on the road, so yeah, for sure, it was fun. It was real loud. We thought we had them quiet for a little minute, and then they came back and they got back rocking in there.
I saw Baker was chirping with the fans though.
Man, that's Bake, man. Bake, he wouldn't be being Bake if he ain't chirping, if he ain't saying
Yes,
whatever he was saying on that video.
He chirps almost as much as Draymond.
Hey, yeah. Okay, there it is. Yeah, that's
More.
a great comparison. Yeah, that's a good
More than
comparison.
Draymond.
They'll go at it for sure. They'll go at it for sure all day. All day.
I love the intensity. I gotta ask, in a league where your position is probably slighted more than any position in the entire game, you got a chance to get 3 touchdowns and you take the knee. Please walk me through that play. Like, I understand it, but I have a hard time seeing how hard a guy worked for a touchdown and then make that decision. Like, are you already thinking going into it? Like, is it a split-second decision? Just walk me through that.
Man, I've been there so many times in my career, man. It's just at the end of the day, man, you know what type of environment you in. I feel like our defense had just got a great stop. Obviously, Tay with the pick, man, future Hall of Famer. And, in that moment, it was just more like, okay, we're trying to kill all their timeouts. We're trying to run this clock down. And, we got great faith in Chase to go ahead and ice it because we've been here plenty of times before. So it was more of that. You break and you just like, all right. Like, it was more like, let's go home. I feel like we've been in Seattle so long, man. The time difference was different. The flight is long. It was more like I break. I'm like, all right, let's just go home. Let's go home. It's all right. It'll come back to me. It'll come back around.
Draymond, what NBA city? I think I know the answer. You've talked not so glowingly about a few, but what NBA city are you like, let's just get out of here?
Listen, fans hate me enough, okay? I don't want to shit on any one city, but there are some NBA cities that, like, no one really wants to spend time in. Like, one I will say has gotten better. Originally, you didn't want to stay in OKC, but now it's gotten better. Like, they have a better hotel that's right across the street from the arena. They got more restaurants there now. But early in my career, like when you're playing against KD and Russ, and those guys, OKC wasn't it. It was terrible. It was very hard to go there. And then you imagine like having a playoff series there where you can end up in that city for 4 or 5 nights at one time. OKC was a rough one, but it's gotten a lot better now.
It's kind of like East Lansing.
Hey, there you go, man. Relax yourself, bro.
I ain't never been there.
East Lansing is not exactly a sprawling metropolis.
We will be in Detroit in a couple of weeks, but I ain't never been there.
Detroit's gotten better. East Lansing, though?
Jordan, how many times you been to East Lansing?
0.
Hey, so how are you going to talk about East Lansing? You've never been to East Lansing. If you've heard about anything about East Lansing, you've only heard about great times. Like, outside of the snow, it's one of the best party schools in the world.
Actually, Rachaad, you started at D2, right?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did.
So I actually played D2 hoops. So we have a special connection. And actually, that's a good segue. It's a good segue because Rachaad has an awesome story with JUCO and D2. For those who don't know, Rachaad, can you walk us through what you had to experience to get to ASU and ultimately get to the league?
Yeah, man. Obviously, I had to experience a lot of trials and tribulations, but that's just life. But obviously coming out of high school, I was killing it. Obviously, I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, so I was killing it. But you know how it be, depending on your resources and how things go. You got to play the hand you dealt. So that's what I did. So coming out of high school, 2017, I went to University of Nebraska Kearney, small town, was different place. But hey, I got a lot of love for Kearney. I don't want them, to come back at me.
Yeah.
I still got a lot of love for Kearney. But I went there for a semester, but I redshirted. This wasn't it. I kind of considered playing. I believe I could play as all the older guys that was there, but I just had people telling me how important redshirting was, and I'd be better later on for doing it. So, me and the coaches, we talked. I ended up redshirting. And then I ended up going back home, and I had to tell my mom though, because at the time when I'm going back home, I got older players. They like, "What you want to do? What's your plan?" Just like that. And I'm saying, I'm gonna play 4 years here, ball out, go to the league, get a little pro day, try to make something shake. And they was kind of like, "Dude, if you go back, if you go JUCO, and then you'll make it, you'll go big time." And I started thinking like, okay, because Kearney would not, no disrespect, but it wasn't
Right.
wasn't the place for me.
Right.
So I go back home. They plugged me with some college coaches all the way in California, right? I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I ain't going to Kansas and the Jayhawk League and but all them good schools out there. But they plugged me with schools in California where they been to. And so I go back home. I'm talking to them coaches, and I go back home. I tell my mom at like 17, 18 that, I'm going all the way to California, man. She like, nah, I don't know, but she knows she can't really control it, like, because I'm grown. So but in her
Mhm.
mind, she's like, nah, if I could, nah. So I had to talk to the coach. The coach broke it down. My coach named Junior Tavasia. You know how the polys get, and so he broke it down to her in the best way, so she felt better. But man, I get out there all the way in California, Mount San Antonio College. It's over in a small city called Walnut, California, but it's like
Mhm.
closer to like Pomona, things like that. And,
Okay.
man, they blessed me with 2 years, to ball out. And my first year was, just the beginning, just to start. And then my second year, I go crazy. Let me tell this crazy story. So I'm committed like my 5th game, my second year. I'm gonna go to UCLA. Deshaun Foster, he got me. He got me. Played in the league. I'm a running back. He pull up. He got some swag at the practice. He pull up with like a baseball, like jersey on with some cargos and some kicks. Next thing you know, my coach pulled me into the room saying, "Shot, you know who this is?" Like, I'm like, nah, who is this? And he was like, "I'm Deshaun Foster," just like that. Like, he was on that. And he was like, "I'm gonna watch you in practice today. Finna film you. Should we think about offering you? We don't really offer JUCO kids like that, but we think about offering you. We think you're very special, things like that." So he watched me in practices and stuff like that. And next thing you know, like next couple of days, I get that offer. So, Chip there and all of them, they was feeling me.
Chip
So
Kelly, yeah.
I I take on the Fisher. So I go there. I'm like, oh yeah, like UCLA, it's in a nice
UCLA.
dude. Nice, right? Nice little everything. I know Nutty Professor, all that. So nice. I'm like, okay, let's get to it. So nice. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm going here. Next, I'm still kind of rolling though. So like more offers is coming in. So I think, COVID kind of happening, but before COVID happened, Boise came in out of nowhere and they know from running back. So I was like, I like them. Like I had like Tennessee, Texas Tech. I had a good amount of schools though at this time offer me, even though I was committed to UCLA. So I'm like, all right, Boise wasn't taking no for an answer though. I'm trying to tell you, like, they were sold on me going. I'm like, nah, I'm committed to UCLA. I like it, They got the good coach, just like that running back. So they like, no, you need to come. So I talked to my people. I talked to my coaches, like, hey, coach, there ain't nothing wrong with, taking a visit. You still committed though. And he's like, nah, just communicate with UCLA. So that's what I end up doing. Mind you, the reason why I didn't go to UCLA, I was in the English class though. Let me get the moral of the story though. The reason why I didn't go to UCLA, I was in the English class. You know how it is, man. I forgot I was being lazy, so I tried to cheat my way on the essay or something.
Mm.
Got busted. Got
Oh,
busted. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh.
So UCLA was
oh.
real strict on school rules. Next thing you know, they like kind of like we so strict as a school. The school gonna be,
They
we
pulled the
still
offer.
trying, but yes, basically they had to put an offer though. So
Oh,
now I'm
wow.
now I'm like, okay, I'm in the open. I'm in the open now again. So I'm
Yeah.
now at this point, I'm waiting my way out. So I still got like Texas Tech, Tennessee. I still got a lot of guys. Tennessee got a lot going on, obviously. I ain't getting offered none of that money in the McDonald's bag, but if I did, I would have signed there
Yeah, yeah.
at the time. But yeah, but they got a lot going on at that time. So Arizona State came, Herm Edwards, man, one of the best sweet talkers I know. And Antonio
Mhm.
Pierce, he went to Mount Sac and things like that. So and it was kind of for me like a no-brainer. Like, all right, like I'm gonna go to you guys. You guys will set me up. They had a heck of a staff, Coach Marvin Lewis, all them guys. And I went there, man. They had a nice team too. We had a lot of guys. Obviously, Jayden Daniels, Ricky Pearsall. We had a lot of guys though. They was young at the time though, but we was trying to ball and make something shake. So I ended up going to ASU, and turned out I killed in my COVID year. I came out hot.
Yeah, I remember.
Came out hot. Then my
Yeah, that's
next
the
year,
first time I
everybody
really
was on
saw
my
you.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah, next year everybody was on my head, but I still finished strong. So that's what helped me, get drafted third round to the Bucks.
No, man, that's an incredible story. I
Good
appreciate
story.
you sharing that. So we all get in this, and at times you forget about that journey. Like of
Yeah, for
what
sure.
it took, what guys went through to get here. That's amazing. I got a question. Recently, they implemented a rule in NCAA that if you go JUCO, it doesn't count against your years for you to move on to a 4-year university. With your 2 years of JUCO, do you think, and getting those 2 years and then being able to go play 4 years, do you like that rule? Do you think that's a fair rule? Because you get 2 years of college football and college training, and all the things, but it's at the JUCO level. How do you view that rule with the young students moving forward now and being able to get those 2 years and still go play 4?
Yeah. So I mean, if it was me doing it all over again, like what I think, even though I got them 2 years and I would have 4 years, do I think I would need all them 4 years? No. So I don't really know how to feel about it. I also know when I was going to JUCO, my mindset was like, to me, it was like if I went to like, no disrespect to like JUCO players or something like that, like it's dogs and it's ballers everywhere. We know that. Everybody know that. But I looked at it as like a stitching of high school. Like, like I looked at it as like, okay, like this is most of like talented guys that, what I'm saying, just couldn't, maybe it was grades or maybe it was this or maybe, it was overlooked. I think, like you said, most of them guys, if you go JUCO for 2 years, I'm gonna just be honest how I feel. I'm not trying to talk stuff. I don't think you should need 4 years of big time football at the other level. But I'm not knocking whatever they do. They do a lot of different things nowadays in college that I kind of be wishing I had.
No,
NIL.
Oh
I,
yeah,
I,
like a dog.
1 second, Jordan. I have one more question. Mention Arizona State, and I have to. Who were the guys that was like on Jayden Daniels and with his jersey and throwing his jersey around when he transferred? Like, did any of those guys end up panning out and making it to the NFL? Because when I see that video, I can't believe it, man. Like somebody doing something for themselves and you like throwing the jersey. I couldn't believe that. Did any of those guys make it to the NFL?
Nah, man, none of them made it, man. None of them made it, man. It was sick. That was a sad time. And I mean, obviously, I was in the league right at that point, and we was talking all the time, and we still talk right now to this day, every day. But like, it was a sick time, man. It didn't even make nothing look good. Like it didn't make nothing look
Right.
good. Nah, none of them made it. Obviously, that's just how it be.
Someone trying to better
I can't
themselves.
imagine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Take a better opportunity for
For sure.
them
That's what life
personally, for
about.
their family, and then that. Draymond, when you saw that video of everyone trashing his jersey in the locker room, what was your reaction?
I must be honest. I'm happy to hear none of them made it because that was my first thought when I saw it. Like, yo, I hope none of them make it. Like, I hope it don't pan out for them. Because, like, to your point, like you just said, to see a guy like Arizona State is a great school. It's a great program. Guys have made it out. But, like, LSU is LSU. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like Michigan State football program is LSU football program. LSU football program, it's a different thing, man. And so to see a guy get that opportunity, also to see a black dude get that opportunity to go play quarterback at LSU and to have guys that you've gone to battle with, that you've probably had to run for because one of them was late for class or late for practice, and like you just go do the running or like, when you're going on this college journey, man, like them your brothers. Like you do everything with those guys. Like, so to go to battle with guys like that, and then to see them the moment that you do something that's best for you, flip like that, I was disgusted. And I'm like I said, I'm happy to hear none of those guys made it because that was the first thing I thought when I saw it. Like, yo, A, I don't think any of those guys gonna make it, but B, I hope they don't make it. And so, no disrespect to anybody, but I'm happy they ain't make it. That's whack. It's ridiculous. I'm still baffled, but I still can't believe that I once laid my eyes on that video and that was really happening. I'm still baffled by it.
Rachaad, can I actually, you know what baffles me is, and this is a perfect time to get you on for this. I don't what happens when a player is about to cross the goal line and they drop it? What is that about? Do you guys black out? You thinking they don't remember the situation because they're so fired up to score? What is it?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with that lately, man. That's been crazy. I don't know. Like you said, maybe just slip his mind, but man, I mean, it's tough. You got to be real. So it's like, as a ball player, you kind of be like, all right, like I kind of felt bad for the guy, but then it's also about a bit. It's kind of like though, like, come on though, bro. Like you got to be better than that. Let's just be real, So, and then just seeing coach reaction. I've never seen a coach do that before. I ain't gonna lie. That was crazy. That was crazy. Coming by slapping the chest like the coach. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That was
Draymond, did you see Gannon, the Arizona coach? You see what he did?
No.
He went
I didn't
he went crazy.
I saw the play, but I didn't see.
Yeah, he went berserk. Berserk. Really? Yeah. I've never seen a coach at the NFL level. I don't think I've seen an NFL head coach do that to a player.
No.
Listen, I didn't see it, but what I will say is he must have known who the player he was dealing with, because it almost sounds like it's borderline disrespectful. And you don't really get coaches disrespecting players too much in the NBA. But the NFL is a totally different thing, man. Like you're dealing with a totally different beast on a nightly basis. And it sounds like he got a bit disrespectful. Is that fair or not fair?
That's tough. You're right, though. Obviously, that's with a lot of stuff in life, man. It's who you dealing with and what's going on. But, obviously, and we know about this, obviously in NBA too. Some players got longer leashes than some players got shorter leashes,
That's a fact.
So like you said, like you're right. I don't how I would take it really, like if it was like crazy disrespectful, but I mean I just said I never seen that. Like Jay said, on the NFL level, I never seen that. I don't think it was like too crazy, but it was more like, yeah, he was hot. And he had every right to be though. That's a game they need, and them type of plays right there. Like I don't care what people say, man. Like as a player too, you feeling like momentum is everything, man. In sports.
Absolutely.
Man. That shift, man. That's different. Yeah, that's different.
Most definitely. I have a question. When I think of running back duos, you and Bucky, arguably the best in the league. But then you look at David Montgomery and a Jahmyr Gibbs, also one of the best in the league. As a running back, when you think of the workload that falls up on a running back, is it best, like the competitor in you, is it best to have a counterpart that's like y'all are so strong together and able to split the time? Or as a running back, do most running backs prefer to just be a workhorse and they get the lion's share of the carries, lion's share of the action?
I mean, so being real, of course, like we all ball players, so we all want the ball. I mean, let's just be real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wants the ball. Obviously, running back position is a rhythm position, like by far. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to touch that thing a few times to get in that bag, and you see it with a lot of guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when you break a run or something, you'll be like, oh, okay, now they come back to him and he doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like you see it with a lot of guys, but when you look at it like longevity or just trying to, stay fresh and stay healthy, I think on that aspect is smart. So like, me and Bucky be understanding, and both of our games are different than each other. You know what I'm saying? We both different sizes, we both run styles, different things like that. And you both like, it's a good mix up to like, throw the defense off balance. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's how kind of we look at it. And we both, obviously, we compete against one another, but at the same time, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? Like we celebrating, because at the end of the day, we both trying to win and do the same thing. So I think, it keep years and treads on the tires. Like you look at David Montgomery, he going to be able to play like, how many more extra years, probably because of the simple fact of, obviously he was in Chicago and he was getting ran crazy, but then it gets to Detroit and they got him and Gibbs, and you know what I'm saying? So it helped him have some years longer on his career, because that thing ain't no joke, man. It ain't no joke, man. When them legs can't really turn like they used to. You know what I'm saying? You feel that. So you feel that. I be talking to Bucky about that all the time because my second year I had like 300 something, like 330. And I'd be like,
Mm.
sometimes I still like I feel like I still feel that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think
Whoa.
it's good. Things like that. Coaches get you the ball in the right spots. You both do different things differently. You keep the defense on their heels.
When you think about your legacy, Rachaad, and I asked you earlier about your journey, JUCO and D2. It's going back to, I think, sleeping on floors as well. Like you've really had to persevere. What do you think you'll be most proud of?
Man, I think the biggest thing I'll be proud of is of just trusting, believing in God. Man, I think for real, to be honest, and keeping Him first in everything I do, man, and just keep that I kept going. You know, I mean, I see a lot of videos and inspirational talks, obviously that come across Instagram reels, and I see like guys like Mike Epps, obviously LeBron, a lot of dudes talk. I mean, Draymond, a lot of dudes, Steph, and just in general, like athletes, and they say, right, a lot of guys quit right before, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't never
Mhm.
know. So I think the biggest thing that I'm the most proud of that I kept going. I believed in myself. I believed in God, what He had for me at the end of the day, and you know what I'm saying. I trusted in the work that I put in, and I never quit. I think that's the biggest thing, especially as a man. I said the biggest thing of me going the routes of JUCO and all that, it helped me mold me into who I am, the man that I am. Not even a football player, like really like the man that I am and the
Mhm.
character and how I'm able to handle a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying, in life. And especially that journey, I feel like it has helped me in yeah, like the situation and a lot of situations and things that I went through and have been through.
Yeah, man, that's incredible. I think you know, I got a couple more questions. But one, when I take a step back, I think y'all got a legit chance to compete for something special this year. But when I take a step back and I look at y'all skill position and y'all skill room, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin,
Mhm.
yourself, Bucky. But the but
Ibuka.
but the one I
Yeah, young
really
bro,
want to talk
Mecca's a
about
problem.
is a Mecca Ibuka. When y'all in camp this past summer, did you see this? Did y'all expect him to have this year that he's having?
What he's been on is crazy. I'm not gonna act like it ain't, but we did expect like great things from him. I mean, you could see, man, he was built like the right way as a receiver, fast, physical, strong. He was so smart coming in. Like most guys struggle the playbook, man. As soon as he got drafted, he was on all of that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
being able to he learned all the different like learned F, learned X, learned Z. You know what I'm saying? To be able to play whatever and be put in the right spot. So I think it just testimony to the, obviously how he was raised, how hard he worked, man, and just the plays he make, man. Yeah, like you said, bro, he's special. He's special. We say every
Mhm.
day. I mean, the crazy part is he do something every day, like during the weekend practice, where you be like, you just like, damn,
Wow.
boy, he just got it. Like, like I'm gonna just be real. Like every weekend practice, or one day of them practices, he gonna do like something crazy. Like, the one hand catching and stuff that he been
Mhm.
doing, like in the game, like in practice, he'll go across the middle on a dig, and he's not doing it on purpose, and he just live his life the right way, man. He come from a great family background, bro, and he keeps God first and stuff like that. So I think, like you said, man, we got something special. We do. You got a guy like Baker at the helm, man, and just a dog, bro, and did the same thing. Been through a lot and revived his career, and shoot, we yeah, we own that. We won't smoke. We think we up there with the best of the best, and
You
we got to
are.
prove it. That's what it's about.
That's a fact.
Shad, can
That
you
is
tell
a
me
fact.
about working Coachella and
Oh, bro, hey,
as as security?
yo,
What the
craziest
fuck
moments of
happened
my life.
there?
Bro, I was working Coachella. I was working like EDCs. Like I was working crazy in Vegas, bro. And then at the Coachella working security, you had to sleep like in a tent, like on the grass, like out there too. Like so, bro. It was me and
Like you
my
were a part of the
boys.
festival.
Man, what? Bro, the craziest, but like it was crazy. It was fun as heck, bro. I mean, that's the first time I talked to him now. We had exchanged numbers. I had met, Tied out at some other place. That's for Ty Gurley when he was in the league killing it. I had met him. I say, you know, uh, man, I ain't gonna lie, I don't be big into like taking pictures with guys, but man, I was working backstage in the VIP section where, all the guys like, the big
Mhm.
time performers come in, letting guys in, tap their wristband on there and all this and like that. And all of them coming through. I say, Nah, then YG come through, Todd and YG close, so he come through, watch him perform, bro. I'm like, oh no, I gotta take a picture with Todd real quick and stuff like that. And then just in your mindset, you seeing all these guys. So in my mindset, it's like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, and to be honest with you, what I was thinking is like, man, like first of all, I don't want to work. I don't want to have to work jobs
Right.
like this. One, like let's just be honest. And then two is like, next time I go to Coachella, like I'm gonna be one of them.
I'm gonna be
them
right.
guys to where
Right.
to where somebody coming up to me and I could take a picture or something. That was my two mindsets. But man, it was crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie, it was a crazy experience. Good money that I needed. Not gonna lie. Helped me,
You needed
a
that. You
lot.
needed that,
Yes,
Brad.
needed that,
Yeah.
man. It ain't no junior college scholarships out in California, so man, you're trying to make ends meet. So needed that, and it was just great to experience that, man. That's one of the things I'm talking about.
So you were sleeping on the grass.
Bro, you sleeping on the grass in that tent. You sleeping on that grass, though.
It's
You
hot.
sleeping
It's
on that
really hot.
grass. Man, you gotta wash your butt. I ain't gonna sit here and do all this cussing, but you gotta wash your butt in the I'm talking about the little vans that they got. I'm talking about little portable things, like shower things. Like, bro, crazy. It's crazy, man. It was crazy out there. It was a little chilly some of them days too. I ain't gonna act like it wasn't. It was crazy though.
And long days, those were like long days.
What? Long days. Long days. You went all black out there, so it's hot during the day.
Yeah.
You went all black, you security up, but man, there
Wow.
was some good memories. Some of the guys that, that's thugged it out and stayed with it.
Have you have been back to Coachella, like to see the
Nah.
show as opposed to working?
Nah, so I got invited because I be doing things for like, shout out to True Religion. So I do a lot of stuff with True Religion, and they had invited me there and stuff like that. But I didn't go. I forgot. It was like certain time, obviously. That
Yeah,
I
you gotta
just
go
was like,
back.
I couldn't make it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to see what's up this off season though. It's gonna be a good off season.
You earned,
man.
yeah. You got to go back
Absolutely.
as a guest of honor.
You gotta go back.
That'd be crazy. Yeah,
Draymond,
that'd be crazy. But
You,
yeah,
Have
you
you
get to
done
go
Coachella?
back as you get to go back as Rachaad White, like a made man, and
bro.
like I'd imagine that's going to be a totally different feeling, full circle moment. You know what I'm saying, that I know you'll be able to take in, but you need to go back, bro. Because that's an incredible story. Like you
Draymond,
lived
have you done
Coachella one
Coachella?
way. Jordan, I win championships. I have not done Coachella.
Hey,
We're
I don't know
always
what you
playing,
do.
Jordan.
You go to China. You go to China last week. Maybe you go to Coachella next week.
That's in September. Coachella just happened to fall at a bad time of year for us, unfortunately, and very fortunately, we still be playing, Jordan. I know you're not accustomed to, winning
I'm not
on the
accustomed
basketball court.
to
so
championship.
I heard some
we
guys.
know.
I heard some guys that still be playing though. They just take that private jet. Y'all different over there on that side. You hear a lot of stories. They just take that private jet.
Get that
over there
NBA
real quick,
money.
and then
Listen.
I heard, some guys I know they ain't got to travel back with the team. They could just go do your thing real quick. Just meet us here. You better be here at this certain time.
That's a fact. There's times where you take a plane or something and go off on your way, but I personally don't like. During the playoffs, I don't go out. You know what I'm saying? I don't really do too much of nothing. So Coachella would be like a totally different thing. But there are guys that do that. Like I remember, one year we were in the playoffs and the team had won, and they like went to Miami like in between series. They for sure lost the next. They
Next
lost
series.
the next round. Like you
You got to
like,
lock in.
you got to consume yourself with just that for 2 months. Like it's only that, and
So-
if you can't, you don't really deserve to get it.
Okay, so for example, since you're saying that, let's talk. So you think we're gonna bring this back to old school, obviously too. No disrespect, I'm a big OBJ fan, bro. But
Mhm.
it's a real deal, boy, baller. So you think because OBJ now went to that, went on that trip where they went to, you think that's why they lost the following
No
week?
question. No
Okay.
question.
I'm just,
And by
but
the
what
way,
if they
like I
would have
said,
won? What if they would have
I-
won then? When people ask,
That-
well, that's why I don't.
It's a
I
big
don't.
what if. It's a big what
'Cause
if.
they
Because
did.
guess what? Here's where I say like things like that differ. Again, I am someone that I've been out night before a game, drink till 6 o'clock in the morning, and have a triple double. Like I've had when I was
Yeah, I
younger in
never-
the league.
That's
I've had
impressive.
several
never
nights
been there.
like that. Like drink, and then like because for me it was always it was motivating because the last thing I wanted someone to be able to say was, he's playing bad because he was out last night. So for me, I would lock in on a totally different level because you're not going to be able to say that about me. Like, if I play bad, I played bad because I just had a bad night, not because I was out. And so when they went on that trip, if I'm playing against them, even more so than like, oh, they was out, I now got a mental edge on you. I have an advantage. I have something that I can throw in your face and make you have to think about that, which is now going to take your mind off the task at hand. So if I'm playing against that group, and I know y'all was just in Miami on the boat, y'all was doing this thing and doing that thing, you better believe as soon as I come out, in y'all case on the field, but on the court, the moment I come out there, that's the first thing I'm saying to you. Like, you can go back to Miami after this. Like, you on your way back tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, go enjoy that, by the way. You couldn't wait 1 week? You that thirsty? You couldn't wait 1 week to go to Miami. You was that thirsty? I'm going to send you there tonight. Now you grappling with that the rest of the night. Like, the rest of the day for y'all, rest of the night, whatever it is, you're now grappling with that. And I'm in front of you and you got to face me. Every time you drop the ball, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You left your hands in Miami. You know what I'm saying? You left your hands on the boat. So now you got to constantly hear that. And when you in the playoffs, as you know, you can't give someone an edge. Like, one small edge, and that can be everything. For us, it's 7 games, right? For y'all, it's 1 game.
1 game,
So you
man.
give somebody one small edge that they can take an inch. They're taking the mile, and now they win the mental war. And so I 1,000% think it cost them because you're not locked in. And so even if you say, oh man, they had time, you're not locked in on the task at hand. If that can't wait 1 extra week, you really don't want the ring. Like, you're not willing to sacrifice anything.
Okay.
Because Miami, one thing's for certain, Miami it's gonna be right there. Like,
Yeah.
whether you go
Miami
next
always
week or
be
the week
Miami.
after or the week after, Miami and everything that you can do in Miami, it's still gonna be sitting right there. So I think
just
it
what you're
definitely
saying,
costs.
you're saying just wait.
And by the way, the opportunities don't
There's your
come
lesson
back
of the day,
around.
Rashad.
Like, the opportunities,
I'm
they
good.
always don't
get
always
into
come
all
back around.
How many
man. Like,
opportunities you never know? You never know if you're gonna have that
I
chance
played
again.
in the national championship my freshman year at Michigan State. I never played in the national championship again. I thought that's how every year was going to be. You know what I'm saying? We played in 5 straight NBA finals and then didn't make the playoffs for 2 years, 2 or 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Like, after playing in 5 straight NBA finals, and so then we get back to 2022 and we win it again. That was like the happiest moment of my life because I went through that period of like, oh, like, we might not get back here. You know what I'm saying? And so
for sure.
I just think, like, you don't have enough opportunities, enough shots at this to give it away on that, or to even for someone even possibly think like, oh, it's that thing that did it. I can't. I'll never understand that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Rashad, my
Regular
last question.
season game, who cares?
Yeah,
Playoffs?
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, y'all play 82.
Yeah, they got 82. They
Yeah,
only got
regular
17.
season.
What are you talking about, bro?
Regular season, trust me. Count me in. We flying here. We're gonna land. Count me in. Regular season. Playoffs is a little different.
My last question for Shad is biggest similarities, if any, and it seems to me like there's a lot between Baker and Brady, just the mental and the toughness and all this talking that goes with it.
The biggest similarity is, I think just that dog, man. You can't coach that dog, man. By any means necessary. However got to get done, they get it done. And I think, obviously, as you look at it, obviously, everybody been talking about it now, but I mean, go back to last year and then the year before that, obviously, we had Dave and just different OCs, but Baker, about 10 different OCs every year.
Yes.
Like, like, it's insane, man, but for him just to, like, you just happy for a guy like that, man, and you see it. Like, every time he don't take nothing for granted. That's how Brady was, too. Don't take nothing for granted. Cherish every opportunity that he get, and he gonna go out and attack it. And so that's what it is. And then if that game on the line, hey, like, we got down to see, I ain't gonna lie, we was talking about on the plane. There's no disrespect to Seattle either. I don't want to get on here and people gonna be like, oh, they take things out of proportion. But when you believe in that guy right there, like for real, like you get in the moments and Draymond know what I'm talking about. Like we're gonna get it done. Like okay, whatever that shot, whatever that game on the line, that last shot or something. Like we believe, like it's poised, like you just been here before. And so like that's the thing with Bake. Like you got no knock about it. And at first I thought we was gonna go for 2. So
I did
I
too.
was saying
I
crazy
did
stuff
too.
on the sideline, like let's drop them then, like as in, you know what I mean, like, let's drop them nuts. But we went for 1, which is all good. It worked out and it panned out. And I get when I looked at it, obviously the score, and that's what I mean by smart. And as you keep growing up and developing and learning the game, it made sense to go for 1 because there was so much time on the clock. Even if you go for 2, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not a game over.
Yeah, regardless. So that's why I said the biggest thing, just dog, man. Can't coach that.
No, I can respect that. That hit home with me, man. I think having a guy like that where you can rally around, where in that moment, like they deliver in those moments. That's how I feel with Steph. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like, oh, we down 3. It's going to be impossible to get a 3 off because they're going to foul before we get the 3 off. They ain't getting the foul. Steph getting the 3 off, right? Like, and so you go into those moments like, oh, it's fine. Like, we still going to win, no problem.
Right.
You down 10 with 2 minutes to go, no problem. Like, we'll get it done because when you got that guy that in those moments deliver every single time, even the times that they don't, the game ends and you're like, damn, I'm shocked. Like, it ain't come through for us that time. I'm shocked. You're more shocked when it don't happen than when it do, And so I can see that,
you live with it as well. Like you live with it. Like
1000%.
I mean, obviously for us, that Eagles game, we live with it. I mean, Baker had whatever he did through that pick, doing what he was doing. But he doing what he making handle. And then majority of the times, he gonna make a play.
The Texans game, the Seattle game.
So like so he come through every time, man. You can't, that clutch gene, man. You can't coach that.
Most definitely, man. It's great chopping it up with you. I appreciate it.
Much
Learned
love,
a lot. We appreciate you coming on the show. Good luck the rest of this year. As I said earlier, I think y'all got a special group, man. It's no real gaps in y'all team. So looking forward to watching how the rest of the season play out for y'all.
For sure, man. I appreciate y'all having me on, man. I know it's love.
Yes, sir. No doubt.
Always.
Love.
Thank you, Shad. All right, bro. So thanks again to Rachaad White for joining us. All right, we got picks and parlays presented by Fanatic Sportsbook, Draymond. We got a 3-leg parlay. It's a player prop, Thursday Night Football, Giants, Eagles. Let's start with Saquon. Some juice on this. Anytime touchdown, -185. Last year against the Giants, his best game, 17 carries, 176 yards and a touchdown. I just feel like every time he plays the Giants, he wants to send a message of, don't you miss me? Don't you miss what you had? What do you think about that?
As he should be sending that
Why
message.
not?
And guess what? He's going back in there with a Super Bowl ring against these guys. He's going to put on even more of a show than he did last year. Like, just to validate y'all that this was real, and y'all gonna feel this wrath every time I face y'all.
Yeah.
I'm 1,000% rolling with Saquon anytime touchdown. That's beautiful.
Okay, but then we got Cam Scatteroo, the man they call Scat. Dude, this dude has burst onto the scene.
Yes,
he has been awesome. And the Giants have another runner now. He's special. 43.5 yards rushing. You were saying off camera, do I really want to pick that against the Eagles, teeth of their defense? But it's not a lot of yards. And he's going to get the ball 20-plus times a game.
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially 4 yards a carry, which the way he's been playing, it's crazy because the way he's been playing his tail off, but he also seemed to have become the leader of that team. Like, aside from just the play, he seems like he's the leader and the voice and
spiritual,
And so, I think they're going to feed him and they're going to need to get him going. Especially they're starting a rookie quarterback now, right? Like, and so in starting a rookie quarterback, you always want to be able to hand the ball off as much as you can. So he's going to get the opportunities in. I'm definitely rolling with Cam over 43.5 yards.
And then our next pick together was actually yours. Devontae Smith over 42.5 receiving yards. Why did you like this bet? Because you singled this one out directly. You said that's the one.
I don't love the Giants secondary. I think, their secondary can improve a lot. I think Devontae Smith, he's been taking the top off quite a bit, but then obviously, they run a lot of stuff for him underneath, get the ball in his hands, and then let him do the damage. 42.5 reception yards don't seem like a lot for him. A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, the controversy keep growing and building, the frustration keep building. I think when you're one of your top two receivers and your quarterback is not on the same page, he's going to automatically default and go to his second receiver, if you will, more. And so I think just with the tension with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith's going to get more and more opportunities, and 42.5 reception yards for him I don't think is a lot. I think he crosses that no problem.
Okay, so to summarize, we got Saquon, anytime touchdown, -185. Scatterboot rushing over 43.5, and Devontae over reception yards 42.5. Devontae Smith. Be sure to check out our parlay and the Fanatic Sportsbook app Thursday night. Ride with us all season long. All right, we got 4 games. Arizona at Indy. I'm going to stick with Indianapolis. They're -6.5. The Cardinals have really struggled. 2 tough losses in a row. Seattle, and then the Tennessee loss was really brutal this week. And Indianapolis continues to roll. So give me the Colts laying 6.5.
Man, 6.5 is a lot of points. Indianapolis has been playing great. Arizona, as you said, 2 tough losses. You go one of 2 ways off that. You either tank or you right the ship. And I just think it's a little too early for them to tank, so I'm going to go Arizona on this one, +6.5.
San Francisco at Tampa. Guest of the night, guest of the show this week, Rachaad White. We have a almost mantra on the show where I seem to pick against the guest every week. But I do like the Bucs laying 3 at home against the Niners. It's tough to go west to east, east to west. You've done that a million times. In football, it always seems to make an impact. And the Bucs are playing great. So I will take the Bucs laying 3.
San Francisco is just going to keep getting healthier and healthier. They continue to win these games, even with their team being a bit unhealthy and unlucky. In saying that, the Bucs are rolling. And I'm going to follow, and I'm going to take Tampa Bay -3 as well.
Seattle at Jacksonville. Seattle's a 0.5 point favorite. This is a weird line. It's also during the Jags-Chiefs Monday night game as we tape this. But I picked against Seattle last week. I think they have a really good team. But that's a long trip, and Jacksonville has a real defense. I'll take the Jags essentially in a pick 'em.
I'm going to go Seattle. As much as I'd love to see your team lose, the Jacksonville's defense is real. Their offense has not been great. Brian Thomas hasn't been great. And so I'm going to go Seattle and essentially a pick 'em by Seattle by 0.5 point.
Okay, then we got Lions at KC. This is a great game. Also, Chiefs playing Monday night right now. But the Chiefs are a 1 point favorite. If Kansas City beats Jacksonville, they'll have won 3 straight. And the Lions have obviously really been impressive since a bad week 1 game against the Packers. So I like the Chiefs at home. It's as good a home field as there is, and they've been playing great.
I'm rolling with the Lions. Lions
All right.
going into Kansas City and getting the win.
Okay,
+1 Detroit.
You're just going up against me. That's really what this is.
I just think the Lions are going to go in there and get a win. Why can't I just? But I mean, I should go against you.
To
all the
make
shit
up
you
ground.
get wrong. So
we got to get one of these damn parlays right.
Listen,
tell you,
this
I've
is
been
the
getting hit up
same
by
guy.
everybody.
This is the same guy who last week, just so you all know, I picked the Patriots at 7.5 because I said it was a division game. 7.5 is too many points. And of course, Jordan went with the Buffalo Bills, and somehow that particular pick did not end up on the show. So you all can see how I'm getting hosed here by Jordan and our producers.
This guy slip a little C
It's
note.
Max, it's Jake. This is what they're doing. And so just so you all know, But here it is again. I am going against Jordan. I'm taking the line.
Guys, slip a little C note, make sure they know not to include my bad picks.
It's unbelievable.
And that's it. So we will track these plays every week, powered by Fanatics Sportsbook. Of course, you can follow along and put your own futures in the Fanatics Sportsbook app. That's a wrap on this week's episode. Thanks again to Rachaad White for joining us, and Draymond, any parting thoughts?
Parting thoughts, I'm going 4-0 this week in my picks, so if you want to win, tap in the words of my team, please. And I made the parlay picks this week, so for those of you complaining about the parlay, you've been following Jordan picks, follow me to a win this week. Let's go. Subscribe right now on YouTube. Follow us wherever you get your podcasts and download Fanatics Sportsbook so you can make your picks along with us.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.